Jedi Arms Dealer, welcome to Saber Talk.
What's happening?
I think I cut you off with that, sorry.
I'm gonna take my face off. Back at Toyota. Yeah, man.
Sick.
Wait, from underneath, it's more.
I love that Saber. Oh my god, that Saber's awesome. That's just
thanks to space, it's got a shiny new CFX in it.
and it's shiny itself.
Oof,
stock big boy. Is that a stock big boy?
Yes, it is. Sabercraft stock big boy. Look at the aura coming off the front of this right here.
Oh my god.
That looks so weird. Sick. It's like plasma right there.
What do you have in there? Strips or like a pixel stick?
Two 35s.
Nice. This looks so good with like the thin neck there too. That Skywalker lineage looking saber with the thin neck and then the blade, and that's a 7/8 blade.
Yeah, I'm in love with. Ever since you told me about the 7/8, I'm in love with the 7/8 now. They're so lightweight. It's just night and day. Night and day. This thing is so fun to spin around.
You know what I think you got to try next is the 7/8 clear.
I have one of those.
So when you put the strips inside and everything, it looks even thinner. Like it's going to look even thinner.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I saw your video. I saw you. So did you use the diffusion tube? Is that the first thing you see on the other side of the clear?
Exactly. So like it's just like clear, and then you see that diffusion tube. So you because I'm using a 7/8 right now as well. So, but it's a trans white, so you'll see color, edge to edge. When you have the clear, and then you have your like diffuser tube in there. If you buy that nylon diffuser tube from the custom saber shop, you are, instead of from edge to edge, you'll just see that center. So it actually looks like a 3/4. I'm thinking.
Right. Oh wow, that is pencil thin. That'd be really cool. I got to do that. What I've been trying to figure
pretty good.
What I've been trying to figure out how to do is a 7/8, and maybe it's not possible with the diffusion with the film, so it looks silver, like a chrome blade.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how you would do that because there's not much. You'd have to diffuse the crap out of it without the regular diffuser. I don't even know how you get there. You could use the foam, shrink wrap, and then a crap ton of the clear,
The worst part about the wrapping on a 7/8 is like actually making that curl, actually making that like wrap up to get it in there. It's so much easier on the 1 inch.
Totally.
And then the other thing I hate about the film is like fighting the dust.
Oh my god. I have a cat. It doesn't work out most of the time.
Yeah, and like I'll like clean my whole area. Like I'll have a vac and I'll vac the floor. I vacuum my area. I wipe the tabletop with like Windex or whatever.
Yep.
And then still, and like I use the lint-free towel, and then still I see like a speck like in my blade assembly that I have to like unfurl it and
my god,
get rid of that. And I'm like getting rid of that fucking piece of dust, and then like
drives me crazy.
It up again, and then like hope that like other dot I see is like, is it on the outside? Like, am I touch it? It's fucking on the inside. Fuck, and then like undo it. That's it's actually taken me the worst time was 3 hours just to do that step. Like I've done it in 15 minutes and I've done it in 3 hours. Like it's happened both ways.
Yep. You know what I started doing is you could buy that white paper on a roll. I would cover the entire dining room table with that white paper, and then as I'm rolling it up and into a tube, the clear cellophane, I can see if there's black specks rolling up into it on top of the white paper.
Oh,
before.
okay.
Yeah, because I did 3 hours one day. I was like, I got to figure something out. And so I laid down a big piece of white paper and I could see anything that's going to
Sometimes
be
I
inside the
find
blade.
like the piece of dust is white though, so I guess in those cases it might still get
True.
me. But yeah,
True.
like I don't know what's
Yeah.
floating around here, but like sometimes it's like a little piece of plastic. It almost looks like little, but I'm like I did everything. I vacuumed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm like, no one can come in the kitchen. Stay
Yeah.
away. I don't have any swinging room.
I could have grabbed like a short blade, but I was like, nah, I want this blade. But this blade, since this saber's not made for the 7/8, it potentially slides out of the little sleeve I built for it. I don't have this like the screw going through the sleeve. I just have a piece of like 1-inch blade stock that I sanded down a bit. That's just like in there as a spacer, you know, so I can play with the 7/8. But this is my
that sounds good.
yeah, that sounds great. Like when you sent this font package back to me the second time with, I think you had turned up the volume. It sounded, now it sounds good. Before, I guess it was a little bit underpowering the speaker or whatever.
Yeah, because
we're playing it safe, you know.
Exactly. The first time I sent the volume at 50 because I didn't know if you were using a 4 ohm or an 8 ohm, and so when I sent you the second time, I forgot to change it back to 50, so it was on 100 from mine because I'm running an 8 ohm. That's why I sent you the warning. I was like, oh crap, I left it on 100. Hope you don't have a 4 ohm in there. So that's awesome.
This is my FX-Sabers Graflex, so I've got the Michael Murphy chassis in there, and this is actually the first
Show and tell
FX-Sabers Graflex that is done up with crystal focus. So
yeah,
I actually added. Let's see if you guys can see. I add. Oh, it doesn't sound as good now that the bottom's up, but I added on top of the crystal is a neopixel. So it's shining down into the blue crystal. I don't think I have activated the must be the number 5 or 6 LED because my bottom crystal's not lighting, but my top crystal's lighting fine and everything.
As in you need to activate it in the program. Are you thinking?
Yeah, like in the card or something. But yeah, it does sound a bit better with this bottom on. But that
sounds amazing for a Graflex, man. Oh my god, it's loud.
Well, Michael Murphy put the actually like this the other way. He did and I think I told you about this, and I think you said you do yours like this too, where the sound holes are like in the screws there.
Got to.
And then also, I believe there might be something going on underneath here for sound.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool too. So it ends up sounding good. And like, since this is smooth swing now with the Crystal Focus 10, the special Crystal Focus 10 that Michael Murphy, Master Yoda from FX-Sabers sent to me to put in here. It doesn't have the USB port, so we did the upgrade as you told me to do through the SD card. That worked great. And then we set up fonts with you picked out some fonts from K-Sith and from Kyberphonic, and then you made some fonts too, and that's what we're kind of playing with here.
That sounds mean.
This one sounds good. So this is our episode 4 font that we have representing, but we also have another font representing episode 4 later that Jedi Arms Dealer added to the latter end of the soundtrack here. But this is like a whole experience when you play with this, because like when even when I go into the menu, I have the Star Wars sound. And all the fonts you chose have like multiple quotes, so you don't kind of hear the same one twice when you're playing with it usually.
Yeah, between font and bit.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
Sound selection.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. You're not a Jedi.
Great.
Good. You will be. You will be.
Or you,
My ally is the Force. And a powerful ally it is.
Gotta ignite at the same time here.
yeah. Oh shit.
I think I changed my
What?
color. Are you using the color you sent it with?
Probably. It's like a
I
cyanish.
Yeah, like I changed this to be like a deeper blue. That's how I kind of see ESB.
Yep.
A little bit deeper of a blue. I think this is the one, like when I was swinging this around, I felt like it, Ray from episode 8, like when it was like I was making these big swings.
You're about to chop a rock in half.
Well, I know this isn't the episode 8 font, which is coming later, but this one's so cool. That one's clean. Talk about being clean, like the CF10.
Yeah, so I think when we saw with his saber in the ice cave, it was like that cyan, I feel like. But then like when he faced off with Vader, it seemed like it was a much deeper blue. I know what you mean.
Right.
You know, I guess it would look, I wonder if they talked about that when they made the colors for the saber. Like, well, he's in a white ice cave. So it's going to be a lighter looking blue than when he's in like super, darkness facing off of Vader.
Also, don't like some of the colors look different in the different versions. So in the Blu-ray version, they did a certain thing, and then in the videotape version, they did something. In the DVD version, they had a little bit of a different hue.
Totally.
Like I remember on the VHSs, it was kind of like white for episode 4, I thought, and then in the DVDs, it was like cyan. Like even in the VHS, wasn't it like every scene from episode 4, the blade color looked a little different because it was just like the effect was just done differently.
On the Falcon, it almost looked white when he was using the training remote.
Yeah,
there's like barely any blue in it at all.
And they added something to it for the next versions.
Yeah. I know what I was going to ask you. The photos you sent me of that Graflex, you had 3 holes milled in the upper. Is that so light can go through, or is that for a future mod?
This Graflex here,
or did you have 3 holes milled in the lower grip section?
Was it my Graflex here or a different saber?
I don't know. It might have been that one. Are there 3 holes milled, like drilled through the side of it? Or is that a different saber? Well, after when you separate it. When you separate it.
Let me look.
Yeah. I was like, I wonder what he's gonna do if it's that saber. It might have been a different one.
This is not a vintage shell. This is a Romans. Let's see.
Maybe it was the lower then. I don't see him on that one. Can you spin the grip one around? Oh, you got the clamp cover in it now.
Oh.
Huh. Did I dream that?
I have a lot of different builds going on. There could have been. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah. So I was like, what are you gonna do with that?
I don't recall why that's there.
That's awesome though. It looks clean.
That may have been. I mean, Michael would know, but that may have been for clamp card activation. I don't know. I don't know why that's there. No.
Oh, so the wires can go through.
Couldn't be right.
Or
come off regardless.
Well, that's what I'm wondering is when you have the clamp flipped around the other way, can light come up out of the crystal chamber and light up the bubble strip? Oh, wait, the circuit
maybe
card.
That's what it's for.
Because it's ESP, so
that could be what it is. Yeah,
that's pretty trick.
Because I do have. Well, I don't know, because if you're talking about a bubble strip, I actually have a second shell for this, which is in a New Hope configuration. So I don't think Michael Murphy would have done that for this one, considering this one uses a circuit card, and he did provide me with another whole shell that is got the bubble strip and is set up for like episode 4.
Right.
So I actually don't know why that's there.
That thing's gorgeous, man. The inside is,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Sick.
stoked.
I was showing you earlier how I put the silver
Yeah,
Graflex pins that you actually said go in the back where I normally have my red button here. That's actually the
Yep.
original place for those pins, but I put
Yep.
them, and actually you could see my
I think that looks sweet.
I got my crooked brass thing there, but I'll fix that later. But yeah, the I think those rounded things look pretty cool. Rounded Greebly Graflex pins.
They look great. The silver, it's like you don't expect it. It looks super cool.
And Michael Murphy also drilled through the
Glass eye.
yeah,
Oh, hell
so we
yeah.
have some light there.
Well done, Michael. All the way around. That chassis is just absolutely gorgeous, man. Ah,
I kind of think these look pretty cool with 7/8 inch blades as well. Looks pretty like a real
Way
laser
more.
sword. kind of
totally,
thing.
totally OT. Agreed. Totally OT. It's like we didn't get thicker blades until the prequels, right?
Yeah, that's the way I see it too.
Sound effect selection.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
Sound effect selection.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
Yours is loud too. Yours sounds
You
great.
haven't met a Jedi yet.
Where are we going
I'm
next?
a Jedi. I'm a Jedi. Like my father before. Like my father before.
That's so weird having it mirrored up. All right, where are you at now?
Yeah, hit it on Return of the Jedi there.
I'll not leave you here. I've got to save you.
All right, ready?
Already.
Oh, he's on 1, 2. Oh.
Wow. Yours looks legit in green. Holy.
That's weird. The camera's really picking that up. I got a sunburn right now. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh,
Did yours just turn blue? Let me see if mine does that. Right before it went in, it looked like yours went blue.
nah. It must be a camera trick. It's all green. Nope, it's all green. Did it look blue again?
I like that color green. It's like, it's not emerald. It's more on the yellow side. It's nice.
I tried to get as close to photonic green as I could.
It does look like that, right?
That was my goal with the trans white blade.
Yeah, yours even looks like kind of like it has blue coming up as well.
Oh, I
guess the
see
way
what
the
you're
light
saying.
is in the room. But
No,
some
I
of
totally
these,
see what you're saying.
some of these blade effects you set up kind of do something like that.
There, that looks better. It's like when the camera's adjusting, it switches to blue. I see what you're saying. There, it just did it for a second, then it readjusts.
Yeah, yeah.
Weird. Yeah, you're right.
It
That's
looks like a
freaky.
blade style's happening.
Right, it's like going like fading between blue and cyan and minty green.
It's a good speed up. Like, let's see. Yeah, I like the retraction. That's nice.
Wonder if it could be a little bit faster. Since it's
Yeah, I think like maybe the on could be a little faster.
he ignites it pretty quick.
Yeah, like when he's gonna chop the speeder up and stuff.
Exactly.
I think the retraction is perfect. Goes right with the sound, the retraction.
Yeah, maybe we will adjust the timing on that one.
Sound effect selection. Sound effect selection.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
I'm never touching that thing again.
Yeah, there we go. I think we hit it.
Lieutenant Young Ray.
Oh, you went to...
Oh, did I go to...
Sound effect
That's all right.
selection.
Oh, here we
I'm
go.
never touching that thing
I went
again.
back. I went back.
Okay.
I'm feeling pretty good about this.
That lightsaber, it belongs to me.
Oh.
Oh, that was a nice retraction sound. And that does sound like the movie right there, episode 7. That does sound like the movie on. That's got it. Yeah.
What kind of speaker you got in there, Space? That sounds good on the mic.
Let's take a look, but I didn't install my own. That was something Michael provided.
Oh, okay. Huh. It looks like a Vecco.
I was just going to say that.
That's the only one I know of that has a chrome dust cap like that. And that makes sense because that would be 8 ohm. So that's why 100 sounds really nice on that speaker.
Nice.
Vecco, Vico?
Vico. I was going to say Vico.
Yeah, I don't know how it's pronounced. We'll have to ask them.
3, 2, 1.
What are you on now?
Same one.
Oh, okay.
I like the color on this one too. That you set up. This looks like the movie episode 7, I would say.
I think so too.
That color. And I like how there's the different sounds you put in for the quotes were different characters. So it was like I heard Finn, I heard Rey, I heard even Kylo right there. So that's representative of episode 7. Let's try episode 8.
Sound effect selection. I'm never touching that thing again.
That was perfectly timed.
Young Ray.
That was wild.
Kind of feel you. I won't.
That was perfectly timed as well. In
3,
3, 2,
2,
good.
1. Oh, this has got a nice hum though. I should have faced my speaker more toward the mic. That's a nice hum. So you can imagine that scene where Rey is, twisting
Chopping
around the
stones.
saber. This sounds.
So Michael's getting a preview then, right?
Yeah, Michael's going to preview here. I'm going to make a video too, like a more concise, video, just like going through them. But this is fun to do it to do it both on our sabers together.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was a good ignition there too. And I don't know if I changed this color or if this is the one you sent. It doesn't quite look like it matches your video color, but I like this deep blue for episode 8. I don't know if this is the color.
Oh, I need to go to 8 then, right?
Sound effect selection.
Young Ray.
Yeah, I'm in episode
Final
8.
steps.
Oh, I'm in final steps.
Young Ray.
I want one of those.
You're gonna pay for what you did.
Looks a little...
Here. It says, "What up, Space? What do you think of the Bad Batch?" I actually haven't watched the Bad Batch. Have you been watching Jedi Arms Dealer?
Nah, you no time. All work.
Schlehoff, are you watching Bad Batch? I am gonna catch it. I haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah.
It looks cool, and I've heard good things, so I do want to see it. Let me know. Let me know if you're liking it. Let me know if you're liking it. Yeah, I've just been like busy, kind of making blades, making sabers, and normally I do have like something playing when I'm doing that on the TV, but I don't actually like it to be something brand new, because something that I haven't seen, because then I want to like stop what I'm doing and watch. So I'm probably gonna it might be when the season's half through, or maybe when it's through and I watch like all of them together or something. But yeah, we're kind of going through fonts that are they're basically like span all the movies that are gonna work for a saber like this for FX-Sabers. This is for Michael Murphy's pixel type sabers that he's going to sell, and he's got a couple in the works already. So this is just a font package that Jedi Arms Dealer kind of came up with to represent all the different movies, and we're kind of on episode 8 right now. And Jedi Arms Dealer even picked out colors and blade styles and stuff, and the way it was going to look, even so much as far as like how fast it comes out of the emitter, right? So
exactly.
All the little things to be tweaked.
Got to get it as movie accurate as possible. Right up until they hit the blade profile switch, then it'll all change.
Yeah.
The customer.
I like this too. How
with the green.
What a nice hum on this.
Yeah.
I can't recall which is if that's K-Sith or Kyberphonic, but we used mostly K-Sith and Kyberphonic fonts, and then Jedi Arms Dealer actually came up with some fonts himself that are kind of exclusive to this package that are also on here as well. Mundo, what is going on, Mundo?
Mundalorian
is here.
What's up,
Mundo? Yeah, the green looks pretty cool. And then for blasters, it's white. I don't know if that's showing up. Maybe if I back up a bit. There was one font that had incredible blasters. I guess we'll get there, but it was
Ultimate Anakin.
Yes, yeah, it dissipates like on the blade at different points and in different colors. So it was like hit here, dissipate red, and then hit here, dissipate like green or something. So it represented like different blasters that were hitting the blade. But for this one, it's white, like a white kind of peg, in different spots, random spots throughout the blade.
The Final Steps Raid does the different color blasters too, but it's just like the hits instead of where it spreads out.
Mundo says virtual saber fight.
Hey,
who will win? Who will lose ahead?
Lock up. That looks crazy.
Test your might. Mundo.
I need to
All right,
grab a
try the next
glass of whiskey.
That's funny that you said whiskey.
Final steps.
Did you know that Mundo drinks whiskey?
In here, we pour whiskey.
Let's see here.
Whiskey on your
Episode
birthday.
9 we should go to.
Oh, final steps.
You have to get rid of.
I'm afraid no one does.
So this is going to be yellow, right? 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Wait, it's not yellow for me. I guess I changed it. Shit.
You jumped to another dimension.
I must have changed it. I did not agree with yellow, I guess. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's a cool energy type of retraction. It went down. It's like a yellow blade, but it went down in orange.
There you
Yeah,
go.
like red with red. Right there.
Yeah, I love the way this one worked out. With the blue leading it. Well done, Irv. Well done.
That's sick. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
That sounds wicked. Let's see if we can do the 3D thing.
Oh, that like lockup effect looks crazy to me in person.
Yeah, it's almost. Oh, that's, yeah, localized.
Yeah.
Localized lockup on that one.
What's going on, Felicia? Thanks for being
Hey,
here.
Felicia.
Mundo's having a good time. He says that was great. He likes the duel. He likes the duel. He likes the gold blade.
Camera lockup.
All right, let's see what you have for number 10. So that was we'll still see episode 1, 2, and 3, but that was through the OG and then the sequel trilogy. Now we're into what do we have there?
Darth Vader.
Oh yeah, the 2 or 3 Darth Vader fonts you put on.
This is Anakin Darkseid.
Right,
Here.
because it's blue. You set it up to be blue.
Right.
You turned her against me.
Oh, you're on Rogue One.
You go back.
Darth Vader.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I love that
sounds-
mission. So, I didn't tell you. This font has an extras folder that comes with younglings screaming.
I think I may have heard it. Do I?
No,
like,
I didn't put it in there.
activated, or-
I didn't put it in there. I was like, I need to talk to Space before I get. It's disturbing.
All right, maybe it's too disturbing.
It's a bit disturbing.
Maybe I was thinking of that child when I thought of that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my battery or if it's the way you set it up. It's turning like purple on the lockup, which is cool.
Yeah, because I wanted it. My thought on this one was like, there's a little bit of dark side coming out in his blade, so there's just little hints of purple and red in there.
I like that.
The blade's conflicted.
Sounding good. That looks good in your hilt too. That color.
Ugh.
This just feels crazy to have been playing with this saber for like years now, and now it's smooth swing. It just sounds so good. That is wild.
Nailed it.
Soundbank selection.
Darth Vader.
Soundbank selection.
Darth Vader. Lord Vader.
Thank you.
Prepare a boarding party.
Soundbank selection.
Darth Lord Vader.
Lord Vader.
There are many things to explain.
I love this ignition. It's so wicked sounding. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah.
That was deep. Yeah, like Michael's idea with this one was to give some Darth Vader font that could be read so that people could experience, you know, if they had the Graflex, it looks a lot like the Darth Vader saber. And since, like, I guess it kind of would have been red if Anakin didn't, like, get defeated there on Mustafar, maybe he would have used this exact saber to change the color to red. Or rather than having to build an entirely new saber. So that's why I think it kind of makes sense to, you know, and then like kind of like you said a minute ago, he used this saber when he was Darth Vader for that short time. That's why you made the previous font like blue, because he was like Darth Vader for a while, just going with whatever he had, like the saber he had.
Right. Till he bled a kyber crystal for his next weapon.
But this one represents Rogue One, right? This font right here.
Yeah.
That's why we heard James Earl Jones's like voice from Rogue One when we powered it on. Red looks good in pixel as well.
Oh my god. I did a heavier flicker on this one. So
I like that.
How it looks in the hallway.
I like that a lot. Yeah, I could tell. Very good look for the red.
Wicked.
Felicia says, "What's up, guys? What's up, Mundo?" Wicked indeed. Says,
wicked, Mike.
Let's try what's up next. I think you got some special surprises coming up.
Lord Vader.
Straight Vader. ESB.
Which one did I get to?
Impressive. Most impressive.
ESB or
Soundbank selection.
Lord Vader.
I'm still on that one. Okay. Okay, this is the Vader ESB then, the next one?
I am altering the deed.
Yeah.
Pray I don't alter it any further.
That sounds great. Here we go. Oh, that's
ooh.
Nice. Little
read
bit
each other's minds on that one. Yeah. The blasters on this are so loud.
Yours sounds flat out mean. Oh yeah, you're right. The blasters sound powerful.
So loud. And the locker.
I like that. That lockup is like hurting my eyes. It's like bluish, red.
Yeah.
Oh, that's electric. That's a nice lockup. I almost like this. I almost like this Empire Strikes Back one better than the Rogue One one. I think it sounds. It even sounds more powerful.
It's just so trippy that you and I are on opposite coasts, and here we are with identical Saber setups.
Thanks to
it's
you.
Really cool.
This is crazy. And I was like, I was like, just forgetting what time it was when I was playing with this, and I would like look up. I'm like, I meant to pass by, like let's say, and I would have it sitting there, and I was like, well, let me just play with that ultimate Anakin or whatever. And then the next thing I know, I'm like, wait, what am I doing? Like, where was I on my way to when I stopped to do this?
What was I supposed to be doing? Responsible stuff? What?
Oh yeah, sounds good. Let's see what's up next.
Sound bank selection.
Sound bank selection.
Master Windu.
Master Windu.
Ah.
Master.
Take a seat.
So your quote is on there, by the way. Master Windu.
Oh, really?
About that. Yeah.
There we go. That's a nice purple. Oh, the blaster sounded good.
Yeah, they're
Looks good on a purple blade as well. Have the white blaster.
legit Django blaster blocks.
That's awesome too, to have the purple blade. So that was one of the things that Michael Murphy asked for his FX-Sabers package was, to get a Mace Windu color in there, a Mace Windu font, to have purple, because everyone kind of needs to have purple set up on their lightsaber. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Sound bank selection.
Master
Whoops.
Windu.
Sound bank selection.
You good with the background music?
Oh, I was having fun just listening to that.
It's
And like
long.
I told you, I was in one of the fonts that had a song that you hold the power button and it'll play the song. And I was so into kind of playing with the saber while the song was playing. It was just crazy. Now let's see where we go to next.
Aqua Force.
Let's see what blade style you chose for this. Both of us are using 7/8 inch blades, so they should look a little thinner than like 1 inch blades. Although I feel like mine on the camera here, like it looks like a normal 1 inch to me when I look at my screen here, like video. But
Is it sanded?
it's sanded a bit.
That's why. Because you're
And
not catching that reflection. Plus, I'm further away from the camera. There you go.
It's yours almost looks 1 inch now. Like we were talking about before, you could maybe try 7/8 clear if you wanted an even thinner looking blade, but both of us like the 7/8 look of something a little bit thinner.
Here's where things get wacky. Underwater, baby.
Underwater. That does look like underwater. I feel like I'm like, in the Little Mermaid movie or something.
I like the music.
Oh, nice. That is such a cool pommel on that big boy. Holy crap. It looks like a sports car, like you said in your video. It really does. Oh, Mundo says, hey, when you want to get a specific font on Ignition and nothing else, what do you do with other fonts? Let me think. You want like a certain, each sound bank you can set up to be whichever font that you want, and then you could also set up the boot sound. So if you want just like one specific sound to play when you turn on your font, just have one boot sound. So like instead of boot, like just boot and then boot. I I guess 1, 2, and 3, which would be like 4 boots, you would just have one boot, and that would just play like your quote that you wanted to hear, rather than some of these play different quotes. Like if I turn it off and on, it'll play different quotes, or put in the kill key, it'll maybe play a different boot or something. I think that's how it works. Excelsior Saber says, that's cool. Gunga City font. Yeah. Need some Boss Nass lines.
Yeah, has anybody done a Kit Fisto or underwater thing?
This is the only one I know of.
Yeah, that's kind of why I did it. I was like, I hadn't seen one, but maybe someone did a newer one.
Yeah, there might be a newer one. Like I've been playing with this one for a couple of years. Ever since you gave it to me for Mark's Saber, the first Profi that I was like really trying to learn the programming and stuff.
Yeah. Loud.
Oh, I love that. That's a good sound. One that really has the reverb on it. That's cool. You know what movie I was watching today? Just like kind of half watching it. It seems crazy. It seems kind of cool. It's called Saturn III, 1980. Have you seen it?
No.
Farrah Fawcett is in it. A couple other people. It's actually pretty good. Like it's pretty like realistic, and like it's got violence in it. Like at one point, like a dude gets let out of the airlock, and the way his body, like there's another guy who straps himself in. This is like the first 2 minutes of the movie. It's not really giving anything away. It happens in the first 2 minutes. This guy straps himself down into a chair, and then he pulls the airlock, and the other guy's saying, no, what are you doing? Because that guy's going to fucking die. He's not wearing like the suit, and he's not strapped in. And I guess the way they thought of, and maybe this is legit, I don't know, but the way this movie thinks of space and how cold it is out in space is that when the doors open, it was like this dude immediately froze, right? Immediately froze, and then he went toward the door by being sucked out, but he hit like a line or something in the way, and his body broke up into fucking like
glass.
Like ice pieces, and then he's out, and you could see like, I felt like you could see the blood on the parts that like broke off and shit. Kind of
1980.
1980, yeah. So it was like, you could imagine, it's like Empire Strikes Back came out that same year. Star Wars had been out for a couple of years, and the approach of like the main ship in the movie, like Saturn III represents like Saturn 3 is a base on Saturn, so it's like Farrah Fawcett's on a base on Saturn. I'm with I forget the old dude's name that she's hanging out with this old dude, and this visitor comes. That's like the premise of the movie. The visitor's from Earth, but this is some kind of future where like this guy from Earth is even like he's the wolf from Pulp Fiction. Remember the guy that shows up to kind of clean up the crime? Yeah, that's the guy that kind of shows up on Saturn III, and he's basically like, okay, we're going to share your wife or whatever, like send her to my bedroom. And he's like, wait, what are you talking about? And he's like, we're going to do it like we do it on Earth, where we share everyone's wives. And he's like, no, we don't fucking do that on Saturn III. So by that time, like on Earth, whatever future it is, like everyone's sharing wives.
Oh boy.
This guy's like, you're not sharing Farrah Fawcett, so you could also do some like tension there.
Did she have some beads in her hair in space?
No, but she like at like one point she was wearing nothing but a sheet. Like I guess since they're alone on the space station for most of the time, like at one point they said for 3 years, she started like running down the hallway to get something naked, and the other guy who's living with her is like, yo, wear this, because don't forget we just got this visitor, like he's also walking around. So here, put this on. So he gives her a sheet, just like a fucking white sheet, and she just wiped it, like wrapped herself with, and then
Of course she
walked
did.
down the hall.
Farah. Good old Farah.
Sound bank selection.
Sound bank selection.
Ah. Rotoscoping.
Stretch out with your feelings.
Oh yeah, white.
Rotoscoping.
This one was one I lost myself in the other day for a while. I was like, in the mirror. I was like looking at this in the mirror. I was like, this looks so legit. Holy shit! I was like, this looks like the movie. You know, this really does strobe effect.
I bet with all the mirrors in your spaceship.
Uh-oh, did I just? I lost connectivity for a second. Maybe with this one, if there was any tweaking I would do, would be to make the blasters, like maybe make the blasters blue or something, because I think they're still white.
Contrast.
Oops.
Yeah, contrast it up. I see what you mean. Yep.
I like that red flash though. That's awesome. That reminds me of the comic books.
Yeah, it looked a little vintagey the way it, and then the lockup.
Yeah. Good sound on that too. That really sounds like episode 4. So what we did was we went from episode 1 through 9 on the fonts, and then for 10 and 11, Jedi Arms Dealer picked a couple Vader fonts, and then for 12, I guess you have a Mace Windu, 13 Aqua Force, 14 is this one, which is like going back to episode 4, which actually makes sense, right? Because if this is 4, if I have the numbers right, and this is 14, there's a 4 in there, episode 4.
That works.
Bonus things at the end here.
Yeah.
Bring you back to episode 4 in the movies or in the VHS when you saw rotoscoping.
It does look like rotoscoping.
It does.
That's wild.
What a great blade effect.
I have not seen it on camera until just now.
Where'd you get this one from? Was it Sotomayor blade effect or?
Yeah, it was in Robert's library. And then I just
looks good and sounds good.
Does yours have a little tinge of blue in its space?
Yeah.
Or does it look white?
Yeah, it's white with, I would say, like a cloudy blue.
Right. Exactly.
I just love that both ignition and retraction. It's like the first time you heard the lightsaber.
Exactly.
So cool.
Sound bank selection.
Sound bank selection.
Oh boy.
Oh, I love this boot up because I love that. Like,
Primary ignition.
it was on the old Imperial Knight sound font back in the day.
We wondered why they were stripping the temple. Now we know. It's the fuel for the weapon.
Crystals.
So this is the one you had on before, right? The Death Star one?
It's my favorite.
Now, is this one that you made this font?
No, this is one of oh gosh, I'm gonna mess it up. It's either Jesse or K Sith.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's Kyberphonic.
Nice.
Pretty sure it's Kyberphonic.
Oh, the way that goes in. I don't know if it does the same thing every time. Yeah, look at that crazy ignition. Yeah, that's wild.
Blowing stuff up.
Oh, I get it. Okay, yeah. See, when I put the Death Star blade effect on my Profi Saber, which I guess is different because it would be made by FET 263 rather than this one, right? But like it looked different to me. Now I see what you're saying when it's like when you're saying it's shooting it, because like it's like the, let's see,
the planet. You see the red flash of the planet blowing up.
Yeah, okay, I get it. That's cool.
That's Alderaan in red. Unfortunately.
And the way it comes back down, it has like kind of like the way you set up the Ultimate Anakin one, where it trails down with like a white beam.
Yeah.
Not sure if that's visible.
That font sounds so good. Ugh, just the sound effects.
Windows says crazy blades. Yeah, Jedi Arms Dealer set this package up so packed full of stuff that my Saber's like warm right now. The Saber's warm from just igniting it so many times. Let's see what else we got, because I want to get to this one that Jedi Arms Dealer made called Ultimate Anakin, but let's see, there might be more surprises here. Let's see what else we got.
Sound effect selection.
Sound effect selection.
Oh yeah, this is a surprise. Do you mind playing this one?
Not at all.
Now this is one that Jedi Arms Dealer came up with, and I'm sure you set up the effects and everything to go along with it. This is X-Wing font. Holy crap.
Red 5. Red 5 flame going in.
Did you know that Anakin was also Red 5?
No.
Isn't that weird? That doesn't seem like legit, does it? Like, because I was reading the book Revenge of the Sith, and his designation was Red 5. I mean, they didn't say it in the movie, but in the book, I just think that's a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Like, that's a weird, too weird. Because like nobody would know in Luke's time like what the father's designation was. Do you think? To like match it up, like that's just too much of a coincidence.
Yeah, one of those weird stretches. Agreed.
You okay, R2? Good.
This is kind of like Voltron in the Star Wars world, like the way that it just did that sequence. It was like the R2 and then the ship power up. It kind of reminded me of like the Voltron sequence, like ignite thrusters. Like I forget what they would say, like dinotherms connected or whatever.
Right. That's true.
Oh yeah, Those blaster sounds reminds me of the X-Wing game from like 20 years ago.
You gotta hold down the lockup for the whole sequence.
That's awesome.
Boom, Death Star.
So that's something that FX-Sabers customers will get with their lightsaber, that awesome X-Wing font that I don't think anyone else is really going to be able to get. It's probably exclusive to this. That'll be something really cool.
Droid and I've been through a lot together.
And that'll be the last font on the font package. The reason I thought that one should go last is because it has the Han Solo ending. You know, great shot, kid.
That was one
that it ends with the music. Yeah, exactly. So I was like, maybe that's got to be the last one.
And I think that one's pretty special too to go at the end. That makes sense. Because there's going to be a couple on here that it's like you kind of made for fun, like the X-Wing one and this Ultimate Anakin. I think you were saying like let's just leave it as for those customers that get the Graflex lightsaber, you know, and then maybe you know you do something with it in the future, or we just leave it to kind of that, and you know, me and you play with it. So
Audio player.
if audio player, which is going to have some copyright songs and stuff in there, but they're going to be awesome. But we'll skip by that.
SD card
Yeah.
access.
Hopefully we don't get nabbed for the.
Menu.
I think with the other sounds
the
on top
system
of
music.
it should be okay.
Sure.
Here we go. So
There you go.
back at number 1, there's a Qui-Gon font, because what we did here was you know, episode 1 is font number 1, episode 2 is font number 2, episode 3 is font number 3, and so on. So after episode 9, there's some specialized fonts up to the number 15, like we just showed you. And let's see what we got here.
Keep your concentration here and now where it belongs.
Classic Qui-Gon quote, of course. This font is calledQui's Gone, and this one's by Kyberphonic. Am I right?
Why do I keep getting the two of them?
I'm getting them confused too. I think it's the K's.
I think this one is K-Sith.
That's kind of why we use exclusively. That's not the only reason. That's a small reason.
If you're looking for any of these fonts, just go to kyberphonicfonts.com and then K-Sith.
Yeah,
right?
you will find them there, unless you're looking for one of the two exclusive ones. Like we said, there's X-Wing and there's Ultimate Anakin, which are exclusively Jedi Arms Dealer fonts, but the others are K-Sith and Kyberphonic. So let's see what the Qui-Gon is. Obviously going to be green. I really like this one. Let's see. And this is okay. So this is like a different kind of green, more like a emerald green, more like a Qui-Gon green.
Yeah.
So even though you might have a Graflex lightsaber, you might have another kind of lightsaber. It's pretty cool to get like all the representation on your hilt. That way you don't have to switch hilts. You know, RGB blades these days can make any color, so you just pretend that it's the Qui-Gon hilt or the Qui-Gon character saber. Got the sounds to match. I haven't tried any of the Force effects yet. I gotta try the Force effect. I don't know if I'm getting them when I do it.
I can't remember. The only way I was getting them is to swing and hit Aux at the same time. Oh, or hit aux and bump the hilt at the same time. Like you have to hit aux and bump it right at the same time.
Oh, I think I heard something there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a force push.
Yeah. So it's like when he slammed the droid back, I guess, or something.
Right. Yeah, I think this one only has one force sound, but I used the extras in the boots.
Now Qui-Gon is like one of my favorite characters, and he's also got one of like probably my favorite saber because it looks like a laser beam. But let's check out what you did for Ultimate Anakin, which is representative of the second movie, Episode 2.
Sound effect selection.
Master Qui-Gon.
Oh, Excelsior's right. It's Juan Sith did the Qui-Gon's Gone, but maybe I have the name wrong because I think we just chose Kyberphonic and K-Sith. So I might have the name wrong there. It's a Qui-Gon font that one of those two guys does. Oh no, he says, "Oh yep, it's K-Sith." Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we had that right. Oh, thanks, Felicia. Gonna rewatch this. Great stuff. Thank you. Yeah, these are all fonts that most of them anyway that you can get from those two guys, K-Sith or Kyberphonic, and then you know they can go on Crystal Focus or Profi. We just happen to be using Crystal Focus because that's what's required for the FX-Sabers Graflex uses Crystal Focus. So the fonts, I think there's all the same sounds and stuff, whether you have Profi or Crystal Focus. It's just a matter of matching it to the same folder. So, you know, you'd be dragging one folder over to your card or another.
Yeah, just renaming stuff so the soundboard can recognize it.
You underestimate my power!
I love that. I love that main menu sound for Ultimate Anakin. That was something that went back and forth between me and Jedi Arms Dealer for a couple times. He said, you know, how do you like this? How do you like that? And you gave me a couple choices, and this one I thought was so cool.
This one was your idea though, layering the Emperor over top of him. That was freaking brilliant.
I didn't know if it was too much though. You remember the next day I was like, is that too much?
Awesome.
Like,
no, I was like, that's it. That is so it, because you never get to hear that.
Anakin Skywalker.
Now, did you base this when we first made the Ultimate Anakin font? Did you base this off of a different Anakin than the Clone Wars, and then for this setup you adjusted it to be Clone Wars specific, or was it always like Clone Wars specific, the Ultimate Anakin?
It was always Clone Wars specific.
Cool.
Yeah, just because the other samples have been used so much, you know.
Yeah.
So
well,
this
it
one
really
was
worked
fun.
out. Yeah, because I remember you were telling me like, is that going to work? That it's like Clone Wars stuff, and I think it's perfect because a lot of the quotes are from the show. The blade effects look the most sort of, I mean, other than the Death Star effect and those really animated ones, it's the most unique or most animated ones out of this package of 15. So
yeah,
let's try it out.
Get away from her!
I love that. So I don't know if they do that in the cartoon and you try to match it, but what a cool effect. I don't remember. The only thing I remember about the cartoon was that this was the color. So they had like a deep blue, right, to it. Your effects that you have here. So cool. Where it like leads and trails with white. I'm not sure if that's something you noticed from the show or that's something you kind of embellished for this, but I think it's working so cool. Looks so cool.
It shows off that style for sure.
I know you're behind all this.
It just reminds me of like Japanese manga that the blue line on this one. That is something so cool.
Jedi Order is your life.
I mean, you really feel like a badass with this one, don't you?
It's that hum. It sounds nice in that hill.
It does. And this It's the blaster effect we were speaking of before too. How you
Yeah.
set it up really. My center here. Wow.
Dissipating.
Yeah. It's cool. It's like just the right.
See as the weight goes past my face.
Then you will die.
And this
I
is
think
the
they
one
ended on
where like a lot of the quotes they kick off the action, right? You have the prions set to be quotes.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels very animated.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go, you coward, before I change my mind.
I just love that shine.
Then you will die.
You're going to pay for what you did.
Boom. It's like a
And then I chained a bunch of different lockup styles together, and then even like reverse some of them if you want to
I'll try
play the
some.
lockup all the way through.
The Jedi Order is your life.
Ooh. Wow. Oh, I like the way the blade looks during lockup. Let's localize.
I think this one is localized.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it is.
Leave us.
That's a cool one.
Yeah.
And we have one more, which is episode 3.
Right.
Saber selection.
Anakin Skywalker. The full operation for good ideas.
Yeah, compared to some of the other ones, this one had a like a less intense hum, I thought, than some of the other ones. Is your blade not all the way down?
I accidentally hit Spectrum.
Oh. I thought the same thing happened where, like, if my blade isn't all the way in, I might get a crazy color. Because it kind of slips out a little bit here and there. I'm using it. I'm not using a 1 inch.
Tweaks the data pin.
Yeah. I like the color on here. This one matches episode 3. I just think I prefer like episode 4, episode 5 to this sound. This movie, it's almost like this movie had I wouldn't say too many, but so many lightsabers. The other movies, they only had one or whatever, so maybe those sounds seem more intense to me from Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back or New Hope. It was like they were so part of like the main character. This was like everybody on screen had a lightsaber, so maybe that's why they kind of all were a little bit less intense.
and we were much younger and more, I don't know, like
Tuned.
yeah, more open to just excitement, perhaps. I love the OT sounds.
Yeah. Oh, this is a cool lock. It's like, even though you used red on some other of the blues, this looks different. This is like red over blue, but it looks different still. That's bugging me out.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Maybe it's a different flicker type or something. So like this one isn't localized. It's like through the whole blade. But
Right.
It does look a little different than some of the other ones. Like maybe the intensity, the red is different on some of the other ones that look more purple. This one looks more red when it changes.
Yeah, it like jumps between red and purple with a blue undertone and lockup.
This feels perfect for the Anakin scene where he's kind of threatening Palpatine a little bit when Palpatine mentions Padme.
Mm-hmm.
Really
What did you say?
Yeah, what did you say? He's got this. He's got this to poke him with.
Yeah, I threw that quote in there too.
This whole operation was your idea.
Yeah, you can kind of sit there with your aux button and kind of go through if you hit the not quite go into the menu, depending on how you have your crystal focus set up.
Rotate the boots.
Look, man, it's not the Jedi way.
Yeah.
This whole operation was your idea.
Nice. I like this blade color a lot. This is a nice sky blue, deep.
You
blue.
heard he's coming back for the Obi-Wan show, right?
Yep.
Gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do there.
I know.
Anakin Skywalker.
What is it? My father's lightsaber.
OG.
Weapon of a Jedi Knight.
Red 5 standing by. This is Red 5. I'm going in.
Can't beat that. The OG turn on.
Anakin Skywalker.
My father's lightsaber.
Well, that's right. We started at this one, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Just had to go back to it because like I feel something with this one, even in the reverberation like of the speaker. I feel something with this one.
It's a good hum.
I get a feedback. Yeah, I get a feedback. It's a cool color. Looks like the movie color to me.
It's a good hum. Yeah, I can feel it. This hill.
Nice fast ignition, nice, and a nice slow turn off. That works. That's very nice. Do these have the type of thing where when you're aiming it one way, it's going to pick a certain ignition? I thought so, because I thought when I was playing with it, I was getting different actions.
Yep, he kept that in there, thankfully.
Very, very sweet. Love this. Thank you so much for setting up this package. Holy crap.
It was fun. I've learned so much about tweaking the blade styles and the colors, and it's a bit of a puzzle when you get in there and you're trying to like do something super specific, like the blue lead on Rey's blade, you know, with the yellow orange blade. That was a trip.
So were you doing it through like taking out your SD card, putting it in your computer, taking out? Yeah, you were doing it that way.
Yeah, old school.
So you had to have something that was easy to take out and in. Like mine, you didn't send me too many versions. What I did when I put my sound card in, the Crystal Focus 10 is so much smaller than the previous board. Well, not so much, but it's a little shorter and stuff. And the way I mounted it,
shorter.
I should have pushed it farther down because I mounted it like where the previous card was. But now it's a little shorter, so I have to kind of go up with my tweezers a little more to get out the card. I should have mounted the board farther down with the butt end like really close to the bottom and just had some extra room up top. I don't know why I didn't do it that way. Because like I can't see my I mean I could go in and change it. I can't see my onboard accent LEDs, so it was like kind of pointless to put them on. But I wanted to see if I could, but I just can't see them. And like lets you take the entire thing off, you could see something in there, but most of the time it's just like the bottom coming off. There's just no way to see those SMDs.
So with the accent LEDs, you just want to make all of the different fonts. You want me to use just the stock setup on those, because then it'll. Yeah, I was thinking of them are the stock.
Like I was thinking that I should maybe either change my wiring on my board to not have SMDs, or since I altered the SMDs from like it's like 1, 3, 5, 7. I was thinking I should put my actions for my accent LEDs as like 1 and 2 operate as number 1, like 3 and 4 operate as number 2. 5 and 6 operate as number 3, and 7 and 8 operate as number 4, because I kind of have them tied up, if you know what I mean, by like skipping over that SMD LED.
Right.
So yeah, I got to figure that out if I'm gonna like take them off the board or just set up the
well, you don't have to take them off the board. You could daisy chain them.
What do you mean
if
by
you want
that?
to add, like if you put the SMD LED on the board, you could still use the pad at the end of it to run another LED.
Right, okay.
So you don't have to remove the SMDs if you don't want to.
Okay. That's a good idea.
Because that's what I did on Darius Hill. I daisy chained.
That's right. You had like all of them operating from little SMDs, plus you had other.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so you just daisy chain off the end of your SMD pads and program it that way, because that's a bitch to take them off, you know.
Yeah, it was a bitch to put them on.
I know. I know. I have like these big bottle, you know, pop freaking 6 times glasses I bust out. I'm like right, too, right here. Oh man, it's a pain, but
I
it's
got a
so
little light
satisfying.
on mine, so I could like try to see.
Nice. That's awesome. Have you messed with this where it shows you the battery?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell that mine is
super cool.
Oops. Father's lightsaber. The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
You stuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Oh, I have more than I thought. I have about half.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're good. When yours is full charge, is it halfway up the blade?
It's like, I think it's like all the way up to here.
3/4. Oh wow! I don't think mine goes that high. I wonder why.
It probably depends on what your blade is like set to. My blade may not be set. Like I put different blades in here for testing. I may have it set for like longer than I actually use, so I could test like 36-inch blades when I need to.
Okay.
No,
yeah, this one's set to. This one's set to 124.
It's set to whatever you put it.
Yeah, 124.
Okay. So it's set the same. I think it was like up to here when I had it fully charged. It's really nice to have 2 cells though. I think like even though these cells aren't that big, like they're not a 18650, they're 17500. Having 2 is like stabilized for like more runtime, I think, especially just with like I have a simple dual star blade here, which is 2 strips, kind of like what you're using. So even though the battery is like size is less, there's 2 of them. It's not bad.
Those are 35/35s.
Yeah.
In there. Yeah.
That's what I find works the best for 7/8. it's like I can't really see the individual LEDs. I think I would be able to if I use 50-50 though.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
And it would be heavier. I really like just the lightweight nature of these. It feels like there's nothing there practically, which is really cool. Like I've actually put the empty blade on a table, and then the blade I finished, and it's actually hard to tell. Like they feel both so very light, especially when you have a reasonable length like a 32 or such.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a longer blade like a 36, you can kind of feel like, oh, there's you can feel those extra inches. But these 35 super small lightweight LEDs inside an already lighter tube, because we're using 7/8, is pretty light.
I can't wait to try your TriStar kit. I gotta
Are you
find
gonna
some time.
stuff it into 7/8, or are you gonna put it into 1 inch?
What do you think? What do you think I should do?
I suggest 1 inch, but like I have done it into 7/8. It still looks good.
I'm just loving all the 7/8s lately.
Yeah,
that's all I've been building for myself.
And you might want to try it, because you would still have the TriStar assembly inside that you could put it into a 1 inch if you wanted to later. But when you put it into a 1 inch, it just looks so smooth. It's like really even, I think.
Well, because I've been doing that epoxy thing at the base of my blade connectors.
Oh, you kind of would have to snip. Oh yeah,
no,
you put it directly to it.
Yeah, and so I've been making the blade guts interchangeable. I can move my guts to different blades. I'll pop out the bottom and like move it to a photonic green.
Attached to, like it would have to remain 7/8 or remain 1 inch, right? Because your piece is epoxy
right.
at the bottom.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, but like I see what you're saying. You just take out
I'm just swapping it
and just slide it in. Oh, I see.
Exactly.
In that case, maybe you'd want to put like 1 inch. That way you have all the choices of like blue and red and amber and photon if you wanted.
In a TriStar. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to do that. 1 inch is sold. I'm doing it.
But when you first do it, try it in the trans white. It just looks so smooth and bright, so even.
Okay.
A lot of light casting like around the room and stuff.
You're right, because I have every color here in 1 inch. I have the enhanced orange, blue, red, photonic, clear, and trans. Am I missing any?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do with them all. I don't have anything in them yet. Now I know. TriStar.
Interchangeable TriStar.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, like ESB and Episode 4 sound the best. Maybe because I'm looking at the Graflex as well or something. It sounds like a Graflex, looks like a Graflex.
You're biased.
I'm totally biased.
Graflex biased. God, the
so
inside of that thing's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to have this Saber.
Type of font library type of thing where you set it up like this with the sequence of movies. It's kind of something I always thought about, but didn't ever like take it to that level.
Yeah, that was well, that was kind of the order you and Michael Murphy came up with, right?
Yeah.
I just sort of plugged into that sequence and then swapped a few things around at the end.
Embellished
stuff,
made some stuff better.
I love that it's in this beast. Yeah. Oh my god.
Thing looks so cool.
That's been the ultimate test saber, man. You saved me on the CFX. I was like, what am I gonna do?
Are they still like out or low, or have you tried to buy one?
Maybe I shouldn't say this live, but they're only letting you buy one at a time.
I saw that on TCSS, and I needed one actually, so I was lucky. About that, so I did get one for one of my customers. Yeah.
Yep.
That was good.
But I don't think that's gonna last. I'm hearing crazy things about this dry spell about to hit us.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like I'm hearing rumors of this could go 2 years. So, yep.
Finally give me time to catch up on my builds.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. You and I are pretty much set, I think.
It's like I have the cards I need now. I just need the time.
Yep. Be using some boards. But yeah, it's you can't touch a gaming computer right now. They're just liquidated. Everything's gone. Nothing new.
Really, because of like the parts that are needed to create.
Yeah, the chip shortage.
Now, is that affecting batteries too? Because I was on the battery website today, and I feel like more things are out of stock than normal.
Well, if they're protected lithiums, then yes, because they got a PCB in them. But if they're unprotected, I don't think so, unless they use. So that's what I can't quite. Is it the silicon that's in shortage, or is it the wafer chips? Yeah, I don't know. But
I also heard that like China has the chips, but it's just a matter of like getting them here. So I don't know. Not sure.
Yeah, I've watched a few videos on why the shortage happens, and some of them say it has to do with like everybody bought tech during quarantine because everything's online meetings and Zoom and all that it just sucked the industry dry. And then other videos I've watched said it's financial. So I don't know. I can't quite seem to get a totally straight answer. But all I know is you can't not get a gaming computer anywhere brand new. And so we had to get a laptop that was like a gaming laptop for Barbara for school.
Oh.
Yeah, she wanted a desktop, but
a Mac, or was that the Mac Mini?
It was the M1, and that chip will not run like Revit and all the 3D rendering programs she's using. So it'll run SketchUp, which is probably her biggest program she uses, but because it's Mac, it runs it in a little different way, and she has used it on a PC. So decided to go with the PC laptop in the end. It's crazy fast. So I'm using the M1 now. I love it for everything I do. I even tried rice on it and it works. So I was like, yes. Great. that's all I needed to work.
Mundo says, I believe it's wafer chips.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Damn.
Yeah, but why? Why is there?
People didn't go to work to like make them. Is that what happened? Or something wasn't like mined that was like a necessary element for these over the last year? I don't get it.
Yeah, there's a certain element or something that they just haven't been able to keep up with. It's the way I understand it. And that, COVID just like wrecked the industry.
It made it so that they can't like obtain whatever bits they need, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Unobtainium.
Unobtainium is right.
It came true. That sucks. So it's gonna get interesting for Saber people for sure. There's only a couple vendors left on the planet that have scraps of Profi boards left, and they're jacking their prices. I've seen some of them are selling them for $90 a piece now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Which is just mean, but supply and demand, I guess. I don't know.
So I bet you that by the time that they come back, like strong, it'll just be the Profi 3 at that point.
Yeah,
it'll probably be like a couple months will have gone by, or however long, and the Profi 3 designs will be out there. Mundo says, "Damn, I need to get a CFX quick." Yeah,
do it, Mundo.
Some Saber shop, at least that was like 2 days ago when I got one. You can get one at a time, so if you could just buy one and maybe a couple other parts that you need, save on shipping and get that sent to you, so you have one on hand in case anything goes wrong.
Yeah, I hunkered down for the cold summer.
I try to keep an extra one or two on hand because in case I bust one or something.
Right.
Now I know like Michael Houdnell can fix it, but it's just sucks when you like cross something with the solder or break something. It happens. Audio amplifier or whatever.
Yep. Magic smoke.
Break. Yeah.
Don't let it out.
All right, well, I think we're going to wrap up the stream. We went through a bunch of the fonts that we wanted to talk about. We went through K-Sith and Kyberphonic fonts, along with some ones that Jedi Arms Dealer made himself and added to the FX-Sabers package. For anybody purchasing a FX-Sabers Graflex through Michael Murphy, they'll get this package on their Pixel Saber if you chose the Pixel package. I'm sure if he does LED ones, it'll probably be the same package, just set up for LED. But we kind of tune this for Pixel, and testing the very first one that I have right here for as a Pixel prototype for Michael Murphy. Welcome to Pixel Town. We've all got our Pixel Sabers out here, and we are going to.
He just needs to remarket. He just needs to remarket that and call it the sexy Graflexy.
Yeah, certainly is. It sounds that way too.
Whew.
With all these upgrades.
Bling bling on the inside.
Mindo says, I ordered my father's memory saber. Now I need a CFX.
Very cool, Mindo.
Yeah, CFX will do that saber justice. It's awesome. It does so much, and we just did the new upgrade on our boards and got, I think, which allowed for more effects and things that are possible with the upgrades. So it's not like before when you're going to buy, a CF7 or something, and then next year maybe you have to buy a CF8 if you want to keep up. I think you're just going to buy a CF10 and then just keep doing these updates. So I think that's how it works. It's almost like worth more than it used to be, even though it costs less. Because now instead of the hardware changing, it's more like the firmware is going to change. So it's kind of cool to be part of Sabers right now. You could so much more is given to you for so much less. Like, look at all the stuff these Sabers can do, and the soundboards are a lot less than they used to be, and they're upgradable. Like I was telling Jedi Arms Dealer before the stream started, how I was happy to use like a Profi 1.5 because it does all the same stuff that the newer Profi does. So it's totally fine. And there's actually benefits of using the older Profi. Guy Blankart is here. What's going on? Drought in Taiwan has massively hit production of semiconductor chips. Tons of water needed in the processing of those chips.
Thank you for that.
I didn't know a lot of that took place in Taiwan. That makes sense. That makes sense.
And so, Guy, is it true that COVID and quarantine is what crushed took the market downward, and now they're having trouble recovering? Because there's some videos out there trying to say that. I'm curious. I did not know that. That's crazy cool.
I'm
not
thinking
cool,
it couldn't have
cool
helped
info.
Like the COVID stuff couldn't have helped, so it probably just made everything like terrifying. But this is trying to figure out a chassis for a Saber.
That's going to be a cool project, Mundo.
Definitely.
I love that kind of working on that kind of stuff.
Well, Jedi Arms Dealer, thank you so much for doing such a masterful job with this sound setup. It's like endless fun as long as your batteries can last and beyond. I feel like I could sit there and just go through those fonts and stuff. And I find myself on one of them for a while. Like I'll play with the Ultimate Anakin for a long time, or that one with the rotoscoping. That's pretty cool. And then ones that have, I think they all have songs, but the ones that I would hit the song to, and then sometimes I would just put the Saber down and I was just listening to the song while I was like doing my laundry and stuff. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool because like it sounded good, as you could hear, with the speaker and stuff. It didn't sound like sometimes my Sabers of old, they sounded tinny or whatever when playing those songs. This sounded like pretty full. I throw this on my bed. I was folding laundry. I was listening to the like the Clone Wars song. I was like, this is freaking rad.
Yeah, I tried to go through and master as much of the music as I could for a 28 millimeter bass speaker. There's frequencies you gotta get out of there to make it talk a little louder. Oh yeah, I always try to, because it makes a huge difference on a 28 mil bass. If you can roll off the sub frequencies, it makes a big difference.
Guy says, I think so, guys. COVID increased demand. Also, industrial orders for chips have been placed too low. A number of factors. That's what happened there. Yeah, I also heard that, speaking of the Taiwan being the center of this manufacturing, I've been seeing over the past year or a year and a half that a lot of the problems with this type of stuff is the fact that we've relied on, let's say there was one area they were making them rubber gloves in, right? Did you hear that? There was another area they were making all the masks, and it was if that building, if the building fell over, it was going to be over for rubber gloves. It sounds like the same thing with this. It's probably 3 buildings in Taiwan, and it's a flood came up, and that just made it one too many situations to be tenable, I guess, for those chips. But it's just imagine there was a place in India where they made them, a place in Taiwan, a place in China, a place in Kentucky. Then we'd have the chips, but it's when they just put them all in one spot.
And a place where water is short. That's not a good plan either.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but we'll see. I hope it doesn't last 2 years. Oh my God.
Yeah, that'd be bad. You guys stock up on your boards.
Now it's gonna go and buy one now.
Buy them from people on the forums. If people are selling them, I saw some people on the forums with a Profi 1.5. You might want to buy that if you're concerned about the boards. Buy CF10s when you see them. If you're an installer, or if you're an installer, wait for the customer to send you. That happens a lot of the time too. A customer of mine will be I'll send you the Saber and the board, stuff
helps.
like that. So you have it all as a package. Especially when you are the customer, when you want one, get the parts together so that you don't have to wait when you send it to the installer. That kind of helps.
Yeah. Yep. I love it when I get a bunch of stuff ready to go.
Yeah.
Makes it so much easier. Agreed.
All right. Well, thanks to you guys for watching, staying up late, and watching us tonight. We will come back and do another one. I didn't get to my drawing tonight. I was maybe going to get to some drawing of your poster, but we'll come back in a couple of days and focus on that. I was just so excited about these sounds tonight. Sounded so freaking good. And you know what I like too, and this is just stupid because you could do it anytime you want, but I actually like it when I set the Saber down and then it goes into sleep and I come back and maybe I forgot where I was or whatever, but when I hit the button and it gives me that quote, and it's so loud and clear that I might hear a voice or I hear Anakin or something like that, and I'm I just like that. It went into deep sleep, and I come up to it, and then wake it up and hear where it's at, and then start playing with it.
You're oh, that's what movie I'm in right now. I know what you mean. I love it. Cool, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for throwing that little learning curve at me. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a last minute project, and I know you were super slammed, so thank you for taking it on.
Yeah. And I told
that
Daria
around so fast too, because you're when do you need this by? I'm well,
ASAP. Yeah,
I'd like to have it. So you even turned a Saber around for yourself really fast to do the testing, which wouldn't have been possible without you being so fast at that. It probably would have taken me 2 months to wire the Saber if it was
this one. Daria let me have the chassis, which was the saving grace. You sent me the CFX, which is the next saving grace. And then I told
you had
Daria,
just wired one of those last month, which is the other saving grace. So you knew what to do.
So I told Daria, I was like, I'm helping Space out on we're collaborating on another a project for Michael Murphy. If I hook him up on this, he'll be able to get to your blade faster.
Exactly. And that box is sitting here, which is great. That box came in yesterday. That's a load off us to know that it's safe up to this point. So we just have to get it to the next destination. Guy says that this is where the new soundboards are amazing. Keep the hardware, just update the software.
Yeah.
So
Thank
good.
you, Irv. Thank you, Irv.
Very, very good deal. Mundo Cabrera says, always a pleasure, guys. Thank you, Mundo, for being here. Felicia says, thanks. That was a lot of fun watching. Thanks, Felicia. You are awesome. Thanks for watching us late into the night.
The hardcore people up late. I love it.
Yeah. I think Felicia's probably at work. Guy says, the Smuggler's Outpost 28 millimeter Elite speakers are just deafening. Yes, these are very, very good. Jedi Arms Dealer, are you using those at all?
Yeah, I've had them for quite a while, going way back from when they were Shameem's, because Shameem was selling them eons ago, and so I had them from even before that. They're damn good. Yeah, absolutely. Highly recommended. Because I'm the speaker junkie. I'm a speaker junkie.
Yeah.
I'll buy. I'm like,
you
okay.
You always know the ins and outs of where to get the good speaker. Like I remember you sent me to eBay one time. I picked up a couple speakers there. I'm putting one of them into my Dark Star hilt, and another speaker went into what was the last one? I put one into a very special Saber. Now I'm blanking on which one. But all the products you send over, I know are the elite products that that are the best. And Jedi Arms Dealer also knows which speaker is best for which board. So if I'm using a Profi, he knows which one. And we actually figured out in the last build or the first build I was doing for Profi that couldn't do two speaker setup the way I was doing it. He had to do it a different way, and it's just all these little things that you have to be concerned with.
This is how much of a freak I am.
Right. Oh wow. Whoa, that's where you go.
Yeah, this is from all over the world. So I try any speaker I can get my grubby mitts on.
Did any of those come out of a headphone? The one on the bottom left, third one from the left, looks like maybe it came out of like a headphone.
The gold thing?
The two over from the gold one, like the bigger one.
Oh yeah, that's got a clear surround on it, but it's a monster. It's like 35 millimeters.
Wow.
It sounds amazing.
How about the red ones? The red ones with the yellow rim look good.
Yeah, those are like 30 millimeter. They sound crazy cool too.
Maybe you make like a Darth Maul one day. Yeah, a Vader or like something like.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, I'm addicted, man.
That's awesome. Cool.
I used to.
Too. Very organized.
Thanks. I used to collect subwoofers, so now it's 28 millimeter bass speakers.
Got to use them quick before they disintegrate. In 20 years, they'll be disintegrated.
That is true. That's why you got to find the ones with good surround. Yep. Good times.
Guy says, all right, Shameem, use those too. I wasn't aware of them until I started following solo sabers recently.
Yeah, they're good. Have you tried them, Space?
I think I have. I just can't remember. Like sometimes I'll buy two of one speaker, use them, love them, and then move on and don't like actually go back to whatever I was happy with. I'm always trying new ones.
Me too.
Or ones that you recommend.
I'm the same way. I just always like chewing up speakers. I'm addicted.
Because I think I bought those, if I'm not mistaken, from Etsy, the Smuggler's Outpost from an Etsy seller, and I probably bought 2 of them or 3 of them and used them. I just don't recall what on. Mundo's is impressive, most impressive.
I'm hooked on all the 8 ohms now, so that I don't have to worry about blowing them up.
How many?
Yeah. Yep.
So many.
I'll take speakers out of things and try them in lightsabers, and I love it. Yep, I went from installing car stereos to putting tiny speakers in lightsabers. It's a weird life.
Making them sound right though. They're like little subwoofer tubes.
I can't wait to hear what you think of Daria's freaking setup with the pommel off. Oh, Can't wait to hear your reaction on that.
Speakers in that. That's bugged out.
It's just super crisp. Like, it's so crisp sounding with the 2 speakers with the pommel off.
Did you try the sound font Crispity on there?
I did. It's on there.
Crispity.
Yeah. Those sound wicked. Oh, they're so clear.
Oh, I can't wait to kind of hear it on there then, because I haven't heard any of those on a Saber with 2 speakers yet.
You'll enjoy it. Definitely.
Mundo says speaker envy.
I'm a freak.
Guy says, I'm sticking to a 28mm TCS WOW speaker in my build, but I've heard about bad failure rates. Guys, what do you think? I've heard about it too, and I think I haven't had that issue though. But I've heard
the background story on that is when the Saber community first discovered them, they were good. And they lasted, they wouldn't blow. And then because the Saber community found them and they were buying so many, put in so many orders, TCS stepped up their production. That's the way I understand it. And there was something happened in them speeding up their production to keep up with the Saber community, that there was these 2 little wires on either side of the speaker that weren't getting soldered quite properly all the way. And so there was a bunch of them that went out that had a high failure rate. Since then, they've corrected the problem. So if you've bought one in the last, I don't know, I want to quote it, but I'm thinking like 4 or 5 months, 6 months, you're good. They fixed whatever this production issue was. I've got 3 of the originals when we first found out about them. I've never had a problem with them. So they're supposed to be back to that type of production. So you should be good. Just don't crank it up too loud. Take it right up to the edge of distortion and then back off just a little bit, and you should be right in the pocket.
Yeah, to have it last and last.
Yeah, and you take your finger and put it on the top of the speaker, and it's getting just past warm. It's almost into the hot zone. You know you're going to blow that speaker, so back off on the volume. Yeah, they'll actually heat up.
I've never felt it. I never felt it. I never thought that would happen.
Yep, you can feel it on the top or the bottom. The magnet will get warm as well if you're like overly warm, and that's how you know you're going to blow it. It's another way to tell.
All right. Well, I do hope everybody has a great sleep tonight, and we shall be back. The Force will be with you. Saber the moment. Let's turn on. Let's see what font I have on here. I think I have Empire Strikes Back up right now.
I might be in deep sleep. I got to keep it kind of quiet because everyone's asleep here.
Where is mine?
It was in deep sleep. I got to go to my favorite.
Oh, I have.
Lightsaber. The Force is with you, young Skywalker. Now, what are you doing?
There we go.
Did I select this?
Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force.
Oh, I did.
He controls your actions. It also obeys your command.
All right, stop talking. There we go. I got to put the saber on my legs so it isn't deafening in here. Wake up everyone in the condo.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for checking us out tonight. And we'll come back and we'll draw some Star Wars pictures, play with some more lightsabers, show you some more stuff. And for now, enjoy your sabers. Talk to you soon. Thanks a lot, Jedi Arms Dealer. You are awesome. This was a great...
Yeah, Space. Likewise. This was a blast. Very cool. All right, man.
All right, later.
Talk to you soon.
You're a saber talker. Listening to saber talkers makes me thirsty.